our guest today is Michael Hammond. He's the co-founder of Signal Relief, and he's brought with him Matt Silva, and he is a nurse, and he has previously worked for the California Department of Correction and state prison system in the nursing profession. And Matt is currently working on his NP,
nurse practitioner,
which we have known a lot of nurse practitioners.
Yes.
They are helping spread doctors out because doctors can't do it all. In fact, if it wasn't for nurses, doctors couldn't exist because they do most of the work. Forgive me for saying that, doctors. But Michael, tell us what's been happening.
It's good to see you, Michael. To have you
Glad to be back.
We love you.
You're one of the
amazing. You're
inventors,
incredible.
and you're one of the developers of the patch, which has been an amazing blessing. Half our staff, I think, use the patch on a daily basis.
The Signal Relief.
And it's amazing. So what's happened in your world since you were with me last?
So we have a couple things, actually. We were hoping to have one of our new ones on air with us. We won't this month, but we will next month.
Okay, good.
But
Don't tell
we
me
have,
about it. Let me be surprised.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have, we're building one right now for doctors because we've had a lot of doctors calling us and wanting to use one. We have to get it FDA approved.
Yeah.
But we're building one for post-op surgery that's
Excellent.
larger, and we've seen phenomenal results, which we want to roll that eventually.
Oh,
We want
wow.
you guys to be able to see that one and use it.
Yes.
And then we have, we've had so many athletes calling now that have been using the patch. And so we're developing one that I think will be out next month that is basically a one-time use, really bendable, kind of like a Band-Aid that you can put on anywhere in any kind of injury. So guys that have throwing, like they pull their shoulder out or throw their elbow out,
Oh, my brother.
they'll
did
be able
that
to
in
wrap them
football.
because, again, we're seeing, and this was a soccer thing we talked about once, but injuries are getting better 3 to 4 times faster with the patch because it gets rid of inflammation so fast. The body kicks into healing.
Yeah.
You know,
So
our program is
it's exciting.
dedicated to one thing, is to healing and to people in the new developments that, you know, Dr. Don Colbert is an MD, but he goes way beyond being an MD, and he spends most of his time and his money researching things that are God's given. Do you think this is a God-given idea?
I do. One of my favorite quotes I ever got from one of my spiritual leaders is he said, "There would have been no atonement if it was not for the character of Christ." And I thought about that, and you think about it, when bad things happen to us, our inward tendency is to reflect inward and feel bad for ourselves, where Christ was actually the opposite. When he was put on the Christ, it was forgive these men.
Yeah.
When he was about ready to pass, it was take care of my mother.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the patch to me it's that thing for me. And we have one of my childhood best friends here today.
I'm so excited to meet
And,
that. Okay, so you guys are childhood best friends. So I have a childhood best friend, Bobby. Hey, Bobby, and Phoenix. Hey. I understand what that feels like. That childhood, but you just know each other. You can finish each other's sentences and all that, right?
Oh, it's hard not to give each other a hard time, right? When you grow up.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I saw Matt's life get taken away by a tragic accident, and the patch was how I gave him his life back.
Lori, and my mission is to fulfill the Great Commission of Jesus Christ to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every person. I want to thank you for standing with us and for your support. To hear more about the last day's events, go to watchjimbakershow.com. Remember, God loves you. He really does.